Good morning on this muggy day in Boston. So, in the last 2 days, we've all watched the horrific images coming out of Syria, which is the Druze capital in Syria. Images of ISIS type of soldiers coming with machetes, with guns, screaming Allah Akbar, looking to kill. Images of them taking these 80-year-old men and literally cutting off their mustache and their beard, laughing at them. Images that remind us, and not to take this lightly, of the Holocaust, when you see them taking religious Jews and cutting their beards. Shocking images. And Israel's in a dilemma here, because from the one hand, Israel would like to have some sort of peace understanding with the new Syrian government and with Jolani. Although we know where he comes from and we don't trust him, it's to the benefit of the region that something is worked out. And America wants that. America lifted the sanctions. America was also pressuring Israel that they should not bomb Syria. Meanwhile, Israel's watching an atrocity. There's many Druze that live in the Holy Land of Israel. They're jumping over the fence, they're crossing the border to go defend their brothers and sisters. How could Israel sit quietly and watch this? And in fact, Israel had promised and had warned. Israel had warned that there's red lines, that if they cross into this area and they try to hurt the Druze, Israel will protect them. And unlike when President Obama made red lines in Syria, Israel intends to keep them. It's miraculous how Israel has become this superpower in the Middle East. And think about this. The only people defending the Druze community being slaughtered is Israel, this tiny little country. The Western world is watching. The liberals and progressives in America that have been demonstrating for 2 years about free Palestine and genocide haven't said a word. But Israel had no choice, and under pressure from America, under pressure from other Western countries, they called a UN Security Council meeting. Israel refused to back down. And Israel bombed all these people coming to kill the Druze people. And Israel chased them away. And for now, it seems like there's a ceasefire. But the message is clear. You see, the Druze people, interestingly, have fight in the IDF, the ones that live in Israel. They're the best fighters. They protect Israel. They're loyal people. They're a very interesting faith. Their greatest prophet is Jethro, who was the father-in-law of Moses. They believe in one God and monotheism. And they're very loyal people. And the fact that Israel went against some of its own interests, and a lot of people, if you look even on social media and in the media, a lot of protectors of Israel who stand with Israel say this was a bad thing that Israel did by bombing army places in Syria. What kind of message are they sending? But Israel had no choice. Israel sends one message. We will protect our minorities. Ironically, the world screams genocide against Israel, but Israel is the one who's protecting those. This week's Torah portion is the portion of Pinchas. And in the portion of Pinchas, the story, of course, is that after Bilam tried to curse the Jewish people and he wasn't successful, God didn't let him. He had to bless the Jewish people. And he tells the leaders, Balak, I'll give you a trick how to get the Jewish people in trouble. Their God hates promiscuity, hates idol worshiping. And basically what happens is that Balak gets the young Midianite princesses to go out promiscuously and to court the Jewish men, and then to get them to worship idols. And there's a terrible plague, and tens of thousands of Jews die. And at that point, Zimri, who's the leader of Shimon, takes a Midianite woman and comes in front of Moses, says this, and it's a terrible moment for the Jewish people. And Pinchas realizes the crisis, and he kills Zimri. And the beginning of this week's Torah portion is God speaking to Pinchas and actually rewarding him for doing the right thing at the moment. But the Torah says, Pinchas, the son of Elazar, the son of Elazar, the son of Aaron HaKohen. And Rashi right away asks, Why does the Torah tell us that he's Aaron's grandson? What's the difference? And the Torah says something powerful, you see? Because a person would say, Pinchas, he's just a zealot. He likes killing, he likes fighting. He didn't do it for God. He didn't do it because that's what the law said. He didn't do it because it was a moment of crisis and he had to protect his people. He just likes killing. Says the Torah, Pinchas is the son of Elazar, the son of Aaron the Kohen. What do we know about Aaron? Aaron was Ohev Shalom B'Rodev Shalom. He loved peace, he pursued peace. He cared about Ovet Abriot, he cared about every creation, every creature of God. And he brought them closer to Torah. Says the Torah, no. The greatness of Pinchas is this wasn't his tendency. He didn't want to do what he had to do. But he was forced by no choice to stand up for his people, to stand up for Moses, to stand up for God, and he had to kill Zimri. Says the Torah, remember that he's Ben Aaron. He went against his nature to do it. I think about Israel's wars that it's fighting. 8 wars on 8 fronts. I think about Israel, how it's been fighting since its inception as a state nearly 80 years ago. Everyone wants to kill and hurt the Jewish people. All we want is a stretched out hand in peace. They say genocide. They lob words at us. I just saw someone posted an article in the 1970s. 1970 already. Russia was accusing Israel of a genocide. The day after October 8th, before we even went into Gaza, Mamdani and people like that were calling us genocidal and we're saying we're at fault for October 7th. We know that they're liars. We, of course, know that they don't care about the people in Gaza. They don't care about the Druze people who are being killed. They just hate Israel. But what the Torah reminds us in this week's Torah portion is Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen. Remember, we are the children of Aaron. Don't lose the narrative. We love peace. We pursue peace. We love people. We protect them. Think about it. The only people protecting the Druze from being killed and murdered and their beards cut off and shot and dragged through the streets are the Jewish people. Is Israel, the tiniest state. France didn't come to protect them, and England didn't come to protect them, and Germany didn't come to protect them, and the US didn't come, and nobody, Israel. Because ultimately, we are the children of Aaron. Yes, we love peace, we pursue peace. Our hand is always stretched out in peace, but we will never, ever let down our arms to protect our people and to protect the underprivileged. October 7th taught us something very important. Israel used to think the narrative shifted after the 6-Day War. We have such powerful military and intelligence. We don't have to worry, we'll get them. But after October 7th, we learned something else. Believe your enemies, like was the doctrine by 6-Day War. What happened by the 6-Day War? We went on the offensive because we realized what would happen. And what October 7th taught us is never to rest on your laurels, never to get complacent or comfortable in anything, to always be on the forefront, to stand up, to defend, and if someone says they want to kill you, believe them. But most importantly, don't let these haters of Israel who scream genocide take away the narrative and the faith that we know and we have, that we are the greatest loving people who pursue peace in a true, caring way, who love and protect not just the Israelis, but the Druze, and real humanity is who the Jewish people are. Am Yisrael.